Hello and welcome to another playthrough. As if we don't have enough. Today we're going to be playing Sid Meier's Civilization 5. Great game. It's got a very angry looking man on the cover. It's got great music. It's got great gameplay mechanics. It will make you think, unlike most games these days, huh? They just don't make you think. Anyway, Angry Atlas over here is going to tell us to play a game. So, we're going to be doing one of the 4 types of victory, which I will fail to explain to you many times throughout this playthrough. You don't need to know about that until later, but the point is we're going to be playing as England. We're going to set up our game. We're going to be England, so we have a passive benefit. Every civilization has a passive benefit. So, England has +2 movement for all naval units, so my units can move faster. The map type we're going to be playing is archipelago, so instead of a bunch of land, it's going to be a bunch of ocean with lands in it, like an archipelago. You can have continents, Pangea, archipelago, fractal, or Earth. Earth is actually pretty impressive because someone probably went around and mapped it out. Standard size map and difficulty level prince. I could probably do king. It's way easier for me to beat the crap out of them for you and have you think I'm great at this game than struggle through it and have it be boring. So, we're going to play this, and this guy is going to talk. And he sounds like this.
Praises upon Her Serene Highness,
He sounds really
Queen Elizabeth
sarcastic when he says
Gloriana.
that.
You lead and protect the celebrated maritime nation of England. England is an ancient land. Settled as early as 35,000 years ago, the island has seen countless waves of invaders, each in turn becoming a part of the fabric of the people. Although England is a small island, for many years your people dominated the world stage, their matchless navy, brilliant artists, and shrewd merchants giving them power and influence far in excess of their mere numbers. Queen Elizabeth, will you bring about a new golden age for the English people? They look to you once more to return peace and prosperity to the nation. Will you take up the mantle of greatness? Can you build a civilization that will stand the test of time?
That's actually Civilization's, motto. Can you build a civilization that will stand the test of time? Or just build a civilization that will stand the test of time? Now, what I just did was, I started out with 2 units. One of them was a settler, and one of them is a warrior. So, each unit in the game, like here, there's a settler, there's a worker, there's a scout, there's a warrior, and those are just the ones that I've developed. So, I used my settler to found London. I've also got this warrior, which I can use to worry. It's good at worrying. Also, so I can click on that, and London can build things in it. The only thing I've developed, though, is a monument. So, let's go over production and what a city produces, because you're not going to get that until later, way later in the game. Unless you watch this video. I didn't get this for a long time, but once I did, it made me so much better. So look at this. This is a little info panel, and this is an info panel too. So we're going to start with this. This city is producing 2 excess food, 5 production, 4 gold, 4 science, and 1 culture. Now everything in this game is very mathematic. So, look, science is producing 4. 3 from buildings, and 1 from population. I would, put my mouse over it, but as soon as I do, it goes away. So culture, I'm getting 1 from buildings, I'm getting 1 from terrain and 3 from buildings, 2 from terrain and 3 from buildings, and 4 from terrain. Now, what does that all mean, and what buildings do I have? Because I haven't built any buildings yet. I have a palace. Now, this is in every capital, and your capital is the first city that you ever found. This is just to get you started, because when you first found your first city, let's say you found it on a desert. I know for a fact that a desert does not have any yield, so you just sit there doing nothing. And that would suck. So the palace kind of gets you started. It gives you gold, science, production, culture, but also from terrain. See these little dudes? Each each one of these is a hex tile. This game is made of hex tiles. So, this dude, I have one citizen. The city tile is automatically worked. So I'm already getting 2 food and 2 production. And I've got 1 citizen over here. And so he's working that, and so I'm getting 2 more. So, you look down here, it says 2 base. So that means I'm getting 2 surplus food. I'm getting 4. 4 from terrain. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 of them are eaten by citizens, because I need to feed my people. So I'm gaining food, and it says, see how it says progress 0 out of 10? This is where the mathematic part comes in. I'm producing 2 excess, so it'll take me 5 turns until I get 10, because 2 times 5 is 10. So, then I'll get another citizen, and then he can work that, and I'll be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 food, and then maybe 4 will be eaten by citizens, and then it'll keep growing, and you get the point. Also, same thing with production, and that's all. You can also manage your citizens. You can get it to automatically do that, so you can focus it on food. So if I had a lot of citizens, it would rearrange them so it would give me the most food, or production, or gold, science, culture. Great person. Great person, I'll explain later. Now, this is a mechanic that, actually, when I showed my mom, she thought it was very fun, because, you see this little guy, you can right-click and you can move him around. And you can explore. Ooh, there's a lot of incense over there. And I'm getting... yeah. And so that's that. You can move your dudes around and you can explore. Now, this guy only has a certain amount of movement. He can't move forever, because this is a turn-based game. You have a turn where you can do all your things and then you're done. So, the way that works is with this happy little button right here. It currently says choose research. What happens in your turn is you have to do everything, and once you've done everything you should do, then you can go to next turn. So I don't have a research project. So, now let's go to research. We're going to open the technology tree. Okay, here's the technology tree. Got that? Good. Okay, so, the technology tree, I'm just kidding. Technology tree, it's actually pretty straightforward. It's just different technologies lead to other things. Things mining, mathematics, currency, civil service, astronomy, economics, chemistry, biology, electricity, penicillin, ecology, lasers, satellites, rocketry, nuclear fission, nanotechnology. The list goes on and on and on. And so right now I actually want pottery so I can get sailing, because that leads to sailing, and sailing allows me to build sailboats so I can start harnessing my passive benefit, which is +2 movement. So now that I have a research, I can hit next turn, and it ends my turn, allowing the other players in the game to act. Watch right here. It's processing the turns for everyone else, the city-states, and then the barbarians. Barbarians now. Okay, now it's back to my turn. So I can move this guy around. Oh, ancient ruins. Ancient ruins are nice, because ancient ruins spawn. See, and now there's nothing I can do, so next turn. Ancient ruins spawn just throughout the world. Kind of randomly, but only at the beginning of the game. So they give me they give you a bonus, like in this case, it's a crudely drawn map which outlines the surrounding area. Oh look, there's some more ruins over there, so I'm gonna go over there and try to explore those. There's also a city-state over here, which kind of sucks because there are a lot of luxury resources around there. I'll tell you about luxury resources in a little bit. Actually, you know what? I'll do it right now. There are 3 types of resources in the game. Now, you might have noticed there are all these different fun icons. There are strategic resources, there are luxury resources, and then we're going to call them production resources, or improvement resources. So, luxury resources, when you build things like plantations on them, when you harvest them. So in this one I got new citizen in my city. So now I've got 3 citizens. So now 1, 2, 3. And so now I'm getting more food, more production, more gold, and I can do things faster. So next I'm going to build a granary. Oh, I finished pottery. So now I can research sailing. So, luxury resources you need to improve. So once you improve a luxury resource, then you get it, and then your people get happier. So for example, incense, in order to get incense, which is a luxury resource, you'd need to build a plantation on that tile. And so, that's a barbarian. Barbarians spawn throughout the game. Their sole purpose is to piss you off, and they do a really good job of it. They'll just run around and destroy your units, and I'm not gonna deal with them right now. So luxury resources, you have to build a special thing to harness them, and that's all good. That's all fine and good. So, next thing we're going to do is adopt a policy, because notice how we're getting 3 per turn? It takes 15 cultures needed to adopt a new policy, and we've accumulated 17 so we can adopt a new social policy. You can go up here, and you can adopt a social policy. We're going to go with liberty. I'm not going to go over what the social policies are, because that is way, way too advanced, and if you're actually playing this game, I recommend that you go over it. You review them, and etc., etc. By the way, these over here are mountains. They do not have any yield to them, so if you work them with a citizen, nothing will happen. And you can't go over them with your units, so they're basically just like roadblocks. Ooh, ruins. So, London finished building a granary, so I'm going to build a, worker. And next turn I'll develop sailing, so I'm gonna build the Great Lighthouse.
He who commands the sea has command of everything.
They've got really good quotes in this game. Ooh! Equipped, I got a spearman. So, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm not gonna finish the worker. I'm gonna go for the Great Lighthouse, and I'm going to go to production focus, so that I can get the Great Lighthouse even sooner, only 16 turns. The reason that I want to get the Great Lighthouse so quickly, I'm gonna go for writing next, is because there can only be one the Great Lighthouse built in the world. And so if I'm about to finish it, and ooh, I got another social policy already. I'm gonna get a free worker. And you're gonna go over here and you're gonna build a farm. And I'm gonna move you over here, and there's some spices over there. That's a cool luxury resource. So I really want to get the Great Lighthouse, because remember my passive benefit said that I have +2 movement for all my naval units? Let's talk about movement quickly. Each tile has a movement cost, a terrain cost. So smooth terrain like plains and grassland and desert, those are easy to walk over. But things like forests and hills are rough terrain, so it takes your little dudes longer to walk over them. So grassland and plains and smooth terrain, things like that, have a terrain cost of 1. See how it says movement 2 out of 2? That has a movement cost of 1, but forest has a movement cost of 2. So I can only move 1 block in the forest, but 2 blocks on plain. So my passive benefit is, and all water has a terrain cost of 1. Oh wow, that's connected up there. So I have +2 movement for all my naval units, so I can move 2 blocks faster, 2 blocks more per turn than everyone else. Which is pretty sweet, because that's how I'm going to win my domination victory, by killing everyone else, by having a great navy. So I'm going to explore up here. Oh, a natural wonder. Natural wonders spawn around the world. Most of them actually exist, except for, like not El Dorado, the City of Gold thingamajigger. There are actually 2 the Great Barrier Reefs that are always next to each other. Anyway, so that's pretty sweet. This is actually a really good, map. I'm gonna go for animal husbandry next, because that'll help me, get stuff in the future. Great Lighthouse, is a wonder. So its benefit is all of my units receive +1 movement and +1 sight. So, I've already got +2 movement for all of my units. So now I'll have +3 movement for all of my units. So I'll be able to sail so much faster than everyone else in the world. Which will be pretty sweet because I'll just own the ocean. And as you've noticed by the fact that this is an archipelago map type, owning the ocean is really nice. Because nobody can attack me.
Thou shalt not muzzle the ox when he treadeth out the corn.
So next I'm gonna go for the wheel so I can construct a road. Because pretty soon my next social policy is going to allow me to get a free settler. I might actually conquer Edinburgh, because they're really close to what I want. Adopt a policy. Actually, what I think I'm just gonna do is because I really want these luxury resources around here. You know what? No, I'm gonna settle this one up here. I'm gonna settle it right... I'm gonna settle it right on the I'm gonna settle it right on the cattle. Right there. Because stone... Oh, damn, I never finished the speech about the different kinds of resources. Stone is one of those production resources that I called it. What it does is basically, when you improve it, then it increases the yield. So we're going to go over to yield icons. See how this stone over here has 2 food and 1 production? If I create a quarry there, it'll give me 2 food and 3 production. So basically it just makes the tiles better. So I'm actually going to send my worker over there so I can start improving that. And I think in the long run I'm actually going to conquer Edinburgh. Either that or just found a... Nah, they're... Yeah, I'm going to conquer them. But not now, not yet. So I'm about to get the Great Lighthouse. Next turn. Now, keep saying an unmet player has entered the classical era. There are eras of the game. So, technology, see, once you get this, you get the classical era. Once you either research every single technology in here, or one of the technologies in here, you enter that era. Usually the artificial intelligences research philosophy. Usually they go for philosophy. Why? I don't know, but that's just the way it works. Now what I'm actually gonna do... Oh, cool.
Wisdom.
Alright, so I'm gonna go over here, and I'm actually going to split the episode right now, so thank you for watching. Keep on watching, that's great. See you later.